I'm Chris Galvin, and I'm standing in front of St. John's School in Warrenton and in Virginia, and I wanted to show you how there are several educational trends that will affect how it impacts St. John's School and the way they teach students. There are three trends that the school should entertain and look at. One is the health and safety issues. The other one is personalized individual instruction. And the last could be something like different forms or alternate forms of learning styles or school styles.
Health and safety is a big issue at the school, and the plant does a great job ensuring that the students are happy and stress-free. St. John's has greatly improved its physical plant, and several health and safety programs have been initiated here. The school meets existing OSHA, Commonwealth of Virginia, Fauquier County, and the Diocese of Arlington codes. The elementary and preschool are both very security conscious. Recently, I've discovered that the majority of St. John's 8th grade graduates are enrolling in high schools in the public school system, not because the public schools are better, but because in Warrenton, they're closer. The nearest Catholic high school to St. John's is 22 miles away. All of the local Catholic schools in Northern Virginia are local, if you factor in the drive time and the carpool availability. Nevertheless, any student leaving the Warrenton area for Catholic education will spend a good portion of the day sitting or sleeping in the car. Parents and administrators concerned for the safety and health of our Catholic students should ask, how can this be good for academic success? The school has already invested in more technology than many of the public institutions. With 40 iPads and laptops, students K through 8 are already becoming more globally competent using technology. Students here at St. John's receive a good education. What they trade off when they leave for a Catholic high school is the ability to focus on school and not on drive time.
When you take your son to PBI High School from here, because he was once a student here, how long are you driving? What's the drive time that you spend?
It takes about an hour, 10 minutes to get there, and about an hour pickup.
What time do you leave?
From 6 o'clock.
6 a.m.
He gets there at 7. He gets there early.
And what time with the carpooling that you're involved in? What time does he get back home?
It could be between 4:30 and 5, just depending on traffic. And they get out at 3 o'clock.
Okay. Okay. Academic and emotional level, parents want personalized instructions. The school has access to technology to deliver these instructions. All they need now is a professional teacher to pull it all together.
This is a good opportunity to introduce online instruction, especially for those high schoolers who are driving long distances for Catholic education. According to the PDK Gallup poll, charter schools, cyber schools, and online schooling is fast emerging as other learning options. Online schools require more independent learners, like high schoolers, but with the success rates of the virtual K-12 program, more families are enrolling their children even at elementary levels.
What are your feelings for online instructions for high school from a St. John's, as a St. John's student feeding into that?
I think it's a great idea. We don't have very many. Our technology is not technically up to date, so for example, we don't have the Promethean board or Smart board in the classroom. So there's some resources that the kids are not getting to take advantage of right now. So the idea of online instruction, encouraging online instruction, would be great for St. John's.
Luann Fine is the science and math instructor at St. John's. and she feels that some of the hesitations for using this method of instruction are that teachers need more training to control misuse of the technology, and the students need teacher monitors in every class. Both would require more funds.
Now, in the future, maybe St. John's might entertain the idea of a cyber school or online courses. How do you feel, or what do you think the school will be doing for those?
We actually started that last year. We had a student in 8th grade, because currently algebra is only open to 8th grade students. But we've just recently began a Gifted and Talented program, and there might come a time when that 7th grade student is ready for algebra. But because we only have one class per grade, it's hard to mix the grades together to have a combination 7th and 8th grade. So last year we did start an algebra online program for one of the Gifted and Talented boys in 7th grade. And we had an 8th grade student who is currently taking algebra also do the geometry online. Mm-hmm. It is a way that we're looking forward to. There was difficulty last year. The 7th grade student was unable to fully understand the concept of what was being taught. And when we tested him, we felt that there were many holes. Mm-hmm. So he left that online program and is now currently as an 8th grader in my algebra program. The 8th grade student who took the geometry class had better success. She had a teacher that was willing to, her online teacher, who answered questions. Mm-hmm. And she was able to contact and things like that. That was her first semester teacher. Second semester teacher was not as cooperative. So it is something that we're able to do, mm-hmm. but I think it needs a lot of tweaking in order for it to become fully successful.
So a lot of potential for professional development and for students to increase their awareness of using the technology.
Yes.
A little bit of learning on both sides.
Yes, yes. So I do see it happening more in the future as we go along. But like I said, it was a brand new program, and it's the program offered by the Diocese of Arlington. Mm-hmm. And we had never had a child go through the program until last year, and there were definite holes and definite, well, even just having time to do the program. The 8th grade student who was doing geometry would come in during her lunch mm-hmm. and do it. And then if she had questions, she was lucky enough to have a parent at home who would help her.
So it's really balancing what she got online as well as the classroom formation. So there would have to be some tweaking.
There would. Also, the way we did it is that there is a teacher mentor, mm-hmm. but that role would need to be increased, I feel, in order for it to become successful.
Sure.
Because we just needed, a teacher's name to put down. But you really should have a teacher there who's able to assist when a question arose.
Sure.
Instead of the child just sitting in front of the computer and teaching it, right. To themselves.
Okay. Well, a lot to learn.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of growing potential.
Yes.
And we'll have to see where we will be in another 5 years.
Well, it will be interesting because from where we were 5 years ago, we've come so far. So it will be interesting to see where we're going.
Synchronous instruction is best for online classes, but if this isn't feasible for the students, having a knowledgeable teacher available to monitor a student's progress is an important component for this style of instruction. Should there be any questions, the teacher's immediate feedback will help alleviate any problems. In order to stay ahead of this new trend for instruction, St. John's should consider several avenues to address these needs on the following timeline. First, during this year, The school should investigate synchronous instruction for the high school students. It should also determine the level of interest from administration, staff, and parish school families for online Catholic instruction at the school facility. It should also investigate Catholic learning sources for instruction. At the beginning of next year in the spring, St. John's should include a coordinator to meet with local community college academic advisors to determine course offerings required for either dual or early enrollment. This person could also meet with the appropriate officials to determine accessibility to the building for high school students. He could also investigate needed funds for equipment and materials and begin to review the tuition grid for high school courses. Lastly, he could initiate contact with outside sources for extracurricular high school enrichment. The next few months will be spent during the summer to initiate an updated tuition grid for registration. Also, the coordinator should determine a test group for preferred instruction. And finally, in the fall of 2015, St. John's could possibly become a reality with high school instructions using an online school style. How successful will they be? We won't know until they take what they've learned and make it work for themselves and their future.
Five-year plan for evaluation review, and we'll probably settle for normalcy now that the review committee has confirmed its accreditation. The school administration should not sit on its laurels for very long, or else they're going to miss an opportunity that presents itself, which could benefit the school and the students.
I'm Chris Galvin, and that's the lesson for today.